Today we're going to be covering Lesson 31-2, the axis of symmetry and the vertex. This lesson will be split into two separate sections, questions 1 and 2, questions 3 to 5. Introduction for questions 1 to 2. The axis of symmetry of the parabola determined by the function y equals ax squared plus bx plus c is the vertical line that passes through the vertex. The equation of the axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. The vertex is on the axis of symmetry. Therefore, the x-coordinate of the vertex is negative b over 2a. Math tip. Substitute the x-coordinate of the vertex into the quadratic equation to find the y-coordinate of the vertex. Remember, the vertex is that turning point. It's either your maximum or your minimum. Each point on a quadratic graph will have a mirror image point with the same y-coordinate, that is, equidistance from the axis of symmetry. For example, the point 0, 5 is reflected over the axis of symmetry to the point 6, 5 on the graph, as seen above. Give the coordinates of two additional points that are reflections over the axis symmetry on the graph above. So let's find a point. I see this point right here. It is the point 1, 0. And the reflection of it across the axis of symmetry is 5, 0. So it has the same y coordinate and it is equidistant on both sides of the axis of symmetry for your x coordinate. Number 2, for each function, identify the zeros graphically. Confirm your answer by setting the function equal to 0 and solve by factoring. All right, well, I see graphically that I have a 0 at negative 4 and positive 2. It says solve this, set it equal to 0, and solve by factoring. So we would say 0 equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. What two numbers will multiply to give me negative 8 and add to give me a positive 2? Well, that would be negative 4 and positive 2. So now we set each one equal to 0 and solve for x. We would add 4 here. Oops, I'm sorry. This should have been a positive 4. This should have been a negative 2. So we would have subtracted 4 here, and we would have added 2 here. That was my fault. Let's take a look at this one graphically. Graphically, I can identify negative 1 and positive 5. All right. 0 equals negative x squared plus 4x plus 5. Well, I don't like my x to be negative, so I'm going to factor that negative out. So I got x squared minus 4x minus 5. What two numbers will multiply to give me a negative 5, but when added will give me a negative 4? That would be negative 5, positive 1. X minus 5, so we would add 5 to both sides, get 5 equals x. Over here, we would say 0 equals x plus 1. Subtract 1 from both sides, x equals negative 1. gives me the same thing. Please go ahead and take a moment to write the answers down to questions 1 and 2, and then we'll move on to our debriefing for this section.